Welcome to this video where I will show you my World of Warcraft user interface and how you can replicate it for yourself. I will use, among other things, ElvUI, Vuhdo Party Frames, details for damage meters, and Plater for nameplates. But let's start with the reason why I made this UI. I'm a vanilla WoW player and multiple times I tried ElvUI, but I never got an UI that satisfies me. One that suited me and one I just got used to. So when I came back to Shadowlands a couple of months ago, I decided to search for a UI and watch multiple videos before I had a profile to start from. After that, I changed a lot of things, and the UI you see now became to be. I created this UI before the Blizzard changes, so I decided to keep this UI for at least the start of Dragonflight, but maybe I'll change in the future, I don't know. This week I cleaned up some add-ons and WeakAuras for this video as well, but it had to be done. So from the last recordings of Mythic plus Dungeons, it's just a bit different. I think I should even remove more and change some other things around as well. Even with the Mythic plus Dungeons of this night, some things aren't at the right spot right now, but yeah, it's a common thing with the user interface that it always keeps changing. It's never perfect. So mine isn't either, and not yet finished. So take that with a grain of salt. I think the most important thing of the UI is that you make it yours and it suits you perfect, or at least near perfect. So maybe this is a head start, and then keep changing from there. And not all the add-ons I use were available after the latest patch, so that's kind of disappointing. And I think one of the add-ons that I really miss the most right now is OmniCD, the party cooldown tracker. Shows me what every party member has available spell-wise, so that comes in handy with all the Mythic Plus runs I do. But yeah, this video is probably going to be a long one, so without further ado, let's dive into it. You can see I created a new character on a roleplay server for this video. I'm going to start by showing the add-ons I installed and enabled. So if you see anything interesting, you can find the name of the add-on in this part of the video. So let's start on the top. I'm not going to name everything, but the Adi bags for bags. I used Bagnon recently, but they still haven't updated it to the current patch, so I changed to Adi bags. Alcoholic for all of the alts I have, Atlas loot for some loot in dungeons, Actioneer for all actioning and all that kind of stuff, buy them all, same thing. Details for damage meters, and Shantrax just for the fun of it. Friend groups for grouping up friends, and when you press O for the social part. Gathermate for gathering, get the fuck out. Handy notes as well for Dragonflight. Don't forget to install the Fell Dragon and the Dragon Glyphs. And I think there should be one more, something with Netherwing X, but maybe I don't have it right now. Hekili is the one people keep asking me about. It's in the middle of the center of my screen. It's the spells they say you need to press for the highest DPS. So you see always 3 different spells in my center of the screen, what I should press according to Hekili. Immersion for quest, making it real, making it different at least. Let's see. Minimap button. I'll show you in game, but it groups every button around the minimap. So I don't get a clutter of all of them, but only have one button to open and then see them all, see all the buttons. Mythic Helper and let me see, Mythic Plus Timer are important. There you have the Netwing X for Mythic Plus Dungeons. Nameplate cooldowns. Let's see, Plater for the nameplates. I used KeyUI nameplates, so if you want the UI from before, you can use KeyUI nameplates, but they haven't really updated lately, so it's possible to use them, but still I don't like that. They don't update as much, and Plater is a more common add-on, I think. Plus I used the profile of someone else. I'll tell you in a second. Radar.io, of course, for the rating of Mythic Plus players. Simulation Craft, useful as well, especially as a DPS player. Tell me when, I'll show you this in game as well, when a certain spell is up again. Vuhdo for party frames. Vago, I'll tell you in a bit as well, but let's see, WeakAuras, obviously. I'll show you in game as well. Paragon to show the reputation. There you see the player I got to play the profile from. Trade Skill Master for actioning. ElvUI obviously for the profile, I'll show you in a bit. Astro keys for Mythic dungeons as well. Deadly boss mods, common one. And Zyga guide viewer for mostly for leveling. Okay, so that are all my add-ons. I'm keeping my add-ons up to date with the CurseForge app and the Vago app. So I use them both. I'll show you where you can download them. So I have a couple of links open. CurseForge you can download. If you Google it, you'll find a link like this and you can download it. Vago add-on as well. It's kind of the same. I used CurseForge mostly until I recently got to know Vago, and they kind of do the same, to be honest, but Vago also does the WeakAuras. He knows which WeakAuras you have, and he updates them onto your hard drive, so when you go in game you can just update them, so it's kind of handy. The rest for the add-ons basically the same. Sometimes I update CurseForge first and then look at Vago, and Vago just tells me there are even more add-ons to update. So I think if I had to choose, I would choose Vago, but yeah, it's all fine. But this way at least keep them updated, and I do this every day before I go into starting up WoW. So yeah. For this video I created a PasteBin. The password is Rhaine TV. I'll show you here. I'll show that I will link the link as well in the description and in the comments. You will see the password, ElvUI profile, Vuhdo Bookheads. I can't show you this how to import. I'll show you how to do it, but I can't do it right now because I already have them. Same for the profiles for Vuhdo, but you can get them here. These are all copies from Yumi TV, but changed a little bit with kind of small things. Details profile. This PasteBin is still in moderation right now on PasteBin, so I'm waiting for that. And then the WeakAuras I have, the most of them at least, and the links where you can find them. So I'll show you this link. It's in the top, but I'll link it as well. Let's see. I already told you that the nameplates I used was KuiNameplates nameplates, and I do use Plater now. I use the profile of Echo Player now. I won't show that because you have to have a subscription with him for having that. So if you want to have exactly the same UI I have right now, you can check him out on Twitch and sub to him if you want. If you don't want that, you can use the default Plater and don't use a profile or get another profile. Or you can download UI nameplates, and I'll show you how to use either one of them within ElvUI so that you don't get the ElvUI default one. You can decide to take the ElvUI default one as well for nameplates. Yeah, let's log in and see how it all looks. And after that we get busy and change all the things and see if we can replicate the user interface I have right now. So it's probably going to be a bit all over the place, but that's good. So I can show what I used to do for a new character. I disabled the sound of WoW right now, so makes it a bit easier. Okay, here we are. So at first it looks like this. Don't mention the errors. I still keep having them right now, but they'll go eventually if they update every add-on. So I'm gonna close that. You get an instant message that Plater, because I have it installed, is not compatible with ElvUI. So it asks which one you want to use. This is for KuiNameplates nameplates exactly the same. If you have it installed, it's gonna give the same kind of message. So in this case, I'm gonna say Plater. It's gonna reload instantly. To make sure it's disabled in ElvUI. I kind of want to start with ElvUI, but let's first get all the messages from the screen so we can start in the correct way with ElvUI. So when we go into ElvUI in a second, you can go to the PasteBin link. You have an ElvUI profile. If you get this link, you put it in and you use the password RhaineTV, you get a copy. I can show you. I won't use it because I already have it, but if you go to this and you fill in the password, so password is RhaineTV, you decrypt it, you get the copy import string, you copy it, you go to the game, you say ElvUI, command ElvUI, and you go to profiles. You can go into, let's see, import profile. You paste it here, it's gonna get it. I'm gonna do it right now through the existing profiles. It's actually exactly the same. So you see it's exactly the same I already used before this, like in every Mythic plus Dungeon video I made. After that, you can check a couple of things. That's what I do mostly on new characters. So one of the things I check are the bags, because it depends on what you want to use. So it says here enabled, but it's in bag bar as disabled. So that's good because I want to use the 80 bag. You can check the nameplates as well. It should be disabled because now I'm using Plater. If you want to use the ElvUI ones, you just enable this and then you reload. It will show the message and reload, and then it just works out of the box. Let's see, I think that's it for now. So keep this like this. Okay, so the basic layout of ElvUI is just made. Let's see what we're gonna do right now. Tell me when. So tell me when is this button, at least. I'm gonna always put it like here because it's not visible. Details gonna go here for now. The buttons is here, tell me when group. So I'll show this later, but I just do /tmw w, and then it's gone. It shows in the middle of the screen when something comes up. So we'll show that later if I have abilities for that, to make sure it goes off cooldown, and then when it comes back from that cooldown, you have it up again. It shows in the screen, in the middle of the screen. So we have Vuhdo. So we go /vd op. You can see Plater in the background already. Okay, so you can go into tools and you have profiles. So you can import profiles. So if you go to the PasteBin again, and you go to, if you never used Vuhdo before, I would recommend getting this first. So these bouquets. I'll show that first then. So you can go into spells. No, I say spells, but I mean, let's see, general, and then bouquets. You can go here and you go import, and you paste here the string for that. You do the tank defensives the personal defensives, and I have one called Dispel Monk. I put it on the name Dispel, but it's Dispel in general. I use them on all healers. So you put that there. You import them all three. So they're in the PasteBin. After that, you can go to the tool sections, to the profile, you can import, and then you can, and you see here the UmiTV. So I took them from him and never renamed them. I can do UmiTV Monk Dungeon. You can import them by going like this to the PasteBin. You get this one, same password as before. So Rhaine TV. See, yeah, decrypt, copy, import, and you go into the game and import it here. It's going to take a bit, and then when it's done, you say apply. Yes, sir. Okay. I'm not going to save it for now, am I? You can say, okay, I want this profile for when I'm in 1, 3, and 5 player group side dungeons. I have one for empty when raid, because I use the ElvUI raid at the moment, because I haven't been raiding so much lately. So I haven't been using the default one, but I'm going to change that when I go into Dragonflight and go Mythic there. But for now, I'll keep it like this. It's okay. I'm going to discard this. You can override the one you want, the profile, or you can do it for another one. So create a new one with another name. For now, I'm going to keep it like this, because I'm not going to play this character probably. Let's see, we go into details. I always do this, but it's details show, I think. No, I don't know. I go into the option panel through the details. After that, I'll click profiles, and you have an import profile as well. And you can go, if it's moderated, you can go into the PasteBin and you can copy this and put it in here. Same for me. I'm just gonna let's see, get the one I use. You can see all my characters as well. Let's see. Oh, I can find it. It's here. I have way too many characters. Can you search here? Nope. Let's see. I'm looking for... it's all the way on the bottom. Okay, so when you input the profile, you get 3. And let's see, mostly I use damage done on the first one, damage done on the second one, and healing done on the third one. And I go current segment, go away, overall damage done, and mostly current segment. Okay, just like this. Let's see. Yeah, the add-on I've been missing is the Omni Cooldown Party Tracker. I always do it on the left side of the party frames. Forgot something. Let's go back to the Vuhdo. For Vuhdo, you have to do one more thing after you do this. So you have done bouquet, you imported 3 personal defensive, tank defensive, Dispel Monk. And you go to the profile you want, pick the one class you want to do, import it, and you shouldn't get any errors. Then you go to the general and go to the indicators, and I always do here the role icon. It should be in the profile, so it will show what role you have, tank, melee, or tank damage or healer. And I have the Dispel Monk on the second one, so it shows another color when someone can be dispelled, so it makes it easier to see. The full color will be different, so it comes pretty in handy, and you'll see it instantly. So don't forget to set that. Let's see, what else? Hekili. Let's see. So we have Hekili. Can I? Yes, I can. Okay, it's on the right spot for me right now. So it's in the middle, primary, AoE in the top, and then the 3 on the side. Notifications are in the top. After that, what I do, this is the mini bob button add-on. Make sure everything is on this. So I go to Hekili, and then I have enable auto cooldowns, covenants, interrupts, and defensives. You can change everything what you want here. But it means Hekili will automatically change from single and AoE damage. So if you fight 1 or you fight 5 different targets, it will automatically change and use that for making up his mind what you need to press to get the highest DPS. Let's see, I always create a new window for my social if you want that. So my settings are always the same. I always go like this, and I go like this. That's it. Sometimes I make a social light for without the guild, but that's for you to decide. Mythic helper, Mythic plus timer, always on the right side, but it does that automatically, so you don't have to change anything about that. Let's see, I will show Zygor. It's more of the same like here. And I take this quest and I change where it stands. So I go into escape, edit mode, and I change this to Rhaine. The only thing I did with this layout, I created one for myself. This hasn't changed, so this is the same spot. The only thing I changed was the height of this and that it's more to the left because my bars on the right are here. That's it. So this is fine as well now. Tiger comes here. Okay. Let's see, Immersion, the add-on thing. When you talk to someone, you can place it anywhere you want. So that's something you can decide on. Well, the minimal button I refer to. 80 bags is possibility. It groups everything together. So it has a consumable, for example, Miscellaneous and all other things. So it's kind of handy, but you have to get used to it. You can use the default one, you can use the ElvUI one. If you want to use the ElvUI one, you have to enable it in ElvUI. Let's see, you can change your key bindings, obviously. Over the time I have created key bindings for myself, and I always have the same thing. So I have, for example, Shift E for me is always an interrupt. And Shift R is a defensive cooldown, R is defensive as well. And I have key bindings like this, so you can see them now if you want them. You can change them in the escape, and then let's see, probably options right now in the new thingy, and then the key bindings. I have them on every character the same, every character. Let's see, let's go into the WeakAuras, so /WA. You see I have many. You see here they're ready for update. You saw it really quick. If there are updates, it's going to be in the top and you can just press it and it's updating them. Let's see. I have the stats, it's the one here on the left. Drought is for leveling, so not that important. Dungeons, Rio, and class. I can't show it right now here, but if you go into the group finder and you want to find a group for a Mythic Plus dungeon, it shows what roles there are and stuff like that. And the Rio of them, of the group together. Let's see, Flash Concentration Tracker is for my priest, same as Lightweaver Tracker. One of the two I created myself, or at least from the other one. So I changed some stuff like the spell UI and how many buffs it has, like 2 or 5. Let's see, the history group is here on the left. It will show all the buttons I press, so it's easier for streaming or YouTube content, so you can see what buttons I press. The global cooldown is for when you use a cooldown. Let's see if I have, do I have anything to press? I have nothing. Makes it a little bit harder, but let's see. If I go into Tiger Palm, you will see that my mouse, on my mouse you will see the circle that shows the global cooldown of 1 second. So in that time I can do anything, but it shows me. So that's good to know. Let's see. The now things I just skipped. Rateability timeline is over here. I don't know really what to think of it. I use it, but I don't know. Maybe I'll drop it when I go raiding in Dragonflight. I'm not sure yet. Secret technique group stats is for the trinket to show which on who you need to use the trinket secret technique from Tazavesh. Vault of the Incarnates is for the Dragonflight raid. Vivify proc is for example for a Windwalker that you have an instant cast to use of Vivify. So it shows that green stuff beside me. Battle Res and Bloodlust tracker on the right side. Group buffs, so I don't forget to buff, for example, priest buff or druid buff. Let's see, cooldowns interrupt tracker on the right side of my party frames, like the Omni Cooldowns. What's it called? Omni Cooldown Party Cooldown Tracker. Omni Cooldown Party Cooldown Tracker. That's on the left side, instant on the left side. This is with the little room because I have DK can heal. Should be like here. And the same for something else. Let's see, where is it? Staggering indicator buff. So that's why the one cooldown interrupt tracker is more on the right. It shows the interrupts of everyone in your party. This is for paladins to don't forget the beacon. Low mana when you're on low mana, just a quick reminder. Okay, so I'm using Luxthos for every class. So as well the monk. Not sure why it doesn't show right now, but it will when I go leveling. It shows in the middle with all the things. So if you want the Luxthos WeakAuras, you just go to luxthos.com. You go into Dragonflight WeakAuras, you go to the one you want, for example Monk. And when you are there, you have one click to copy. Okay, when it's copied, you go to WeakAuras, you say Dutch import, and then you paste it in. That's it, and it will create this after some time. I got them all, and I keep them updated. Mythic plus automark. I used it recently and I like it. So it automatically marks. You like that? The auras from Mythic Plus Season 4. The keys to show the keys, but I have Astro keys for that as well. So yeah, it's like a bit of the same. Mythic Plus key levels I can't show right now, but if you go into the group finder and you start the things to go into a Mythic Plus dungeon, you see all of your dungeons for Fortified in 1 week and for Tyrannical in 1 week, and what highest level you made and what kind of Raider IO rating you got for it. I'm saying Raider IO rating, but it's the Mythic Plus rating in game right now. Let's see, Shadowlands dungeons, a bit of the same, just to get everything in there. Shadowlands trinkets for the trinkets. Tazavesh, a couple of ones for the trading game in Streets of Wonder. One for the Hillbrand Titan console, so where you need to go, where the different things need to be for Gambit. The other one for trading game helper as well, but I got two different ones. And Ultimate Lex there. That's all the WeakAuras I have. If you want most of them, like 95% are in the PasteBin as well. So you can go there and get the links, and then you can copy the import string. You go into WeakAuras import and just import it, and you put it wherever you want. So yeah, that's everything, I think. I skipped Plater, so we can still do that, but like I said, the Plater profile I use is the one of now, Echo Player now. So if you want that, you can sub to him, and then you can use everything he made. So you saw WeakAuras of him as well. So probably I have some duplicates right now, but I just imported them earlier today. So you get that, and you get the shared media of him as well, and you get the plater profile. So you can see after this reload what my user interface looks right now. And I can tell you right now, if you watch the last couple of videos, it's not perfect. Some things are overlapping, but for now, it's kind of nice. It's a good start. So if you have this set up, you can go into ElvUI, and everything you want to change, you can do toggle anchors. You see everything I have right now. And yeah, you can change everything you want from where the frames are. So just change everything you want, and you're gonna see that I'm using a widescreen as well. So everything will be smaller, more to the center if you don't have that. But just make something that is nice for you, that's suited for you, and then keep changing it. Keep changing it until it's perfect for you. So yeah, I think that's everything. So thank you for watching. Make sure to subscribe, and if you want to see more, let me know in the comments and tell me what you want to see, and I will make sure to make a video of that. So thank you again, and see you next time.